Okay, welcome back. Continuing my 32 and 32, now with the Washington Commanders. A team that missed the playoffs for the second straight year. The last time they made it was in the 2020/2021 when they had the whole COVID season, and they actually won out their division with a below 500 record. They ultimately lost in the wild card round to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and since then they've had two losing seasons since. Now, with that being said, they were actually not below 500, and you might be questioning, saying, how can you have a losing season but not be below 500? Well, they finished with 8 wins, 8 losses, and a tie, which they had against the New York Giants. Looking at their home win streak, I'm just scrolling over. See if I get the screen to go over a little bit. So, home wins should be highlighted in this column. Oops, shouldn't have gone up and down. But yeah, you can see they had 4 home wins, 5 home losses. So it wasn't that great of a stretch. And then I'm going to just scroll over here a little bit more. And this should be highlighted here. They had 4 road wins. Sorry, 4 road wins, 3 losses, and then the one tie in New York. And then what ultimately kind of doomed them was against their division rivals. They only had 2 wins compared to 3 losses. And of course, this is the third time mentioning it, the one tie against the New York Giants. So for the Washington Commanders, obviously their season didn't go quite exactly to plan. Now it's going to be year 4, if I'm not mistaken, of the Ron Rivera era. So we'll see what happens with this team moving forward. So just as always, a few additions and a few subtractions. So Taylor Heineke is now gone to Atlanta as a member of the Atlanta Falcons. Cole Holcomb, the linebacker, has now taken his talents to the Steel City to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Carson Wentz, who is their one-year wonder, seems like he's just bouncing around the league. He is now a free agent, and I'm sure unless a team is in dire need of pretty much a backup at this point in his career, or if someone happens to get injured, then they might consider signing him. But otherwise, I feel like Carson Wentz's best days are behind him. A few additions: Jacoby Brissett, the quarterback, he is coming over from the Cleveland Browns. On the offensive tackle side, they brought in Andrew Wiley, or Andrew Willie, not 100% sure how to pronounce his name. And I'm going to take a quick little peek and see where he played last year. So he's spent the last 5 seasons with the Kansas City Chiefs. So obviously he has some Super Bowl experience under his regime or resume, whatever you want to call it. He has 2 rings. And then the other one is on the linebacker side, the defensive side, Cody Barton. And as always, I'm just waiting for the phone to show me where he played just last season. So he spent the last 4 seasons with the Seattle Seahawks. So he has now brought his defensive skills to the nation's capital. So for the Washington Commanders for the 2023-2024 season, I'm not going to sit here and think and say, okay, well, they should do this, they should do that, because obviously anything can happen on any given Sunday or Thursday or Monday, whenever they play football. But for this upcoming season, I don't see them faring any better than what they already did. They might get back to 500, and maybe they'll get like 7-10. If they do get another 8, it'd be a fluke if they got another 8 in one season. So I'm gonna come out and say they might finish 7-10, 8-9, kind of around there. I just feel that the talent in that NFC East, there's almost 2 teams that you can almost be guaranteed to be locked in to get into the postseason, and that's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Now the Giants, they obviously surprised a lot of teams last year and got into the postseason. So if the Giants can have as good of a season as they did last year, then that's almost 3 teams in your division that can make the postseason. So I feel that for the Commanders, it's going to be another 4th place in the upcoming season. Again, like I said, they could finish 7-8 wins, something along that line, but I just don't see them blowing anyone away. And obviously, if you have a below 500 record against your division rivals, you're not going to be that high up in the standings. Let's just be completely honest. So that's my prediction. I don't see the Commanders being a playoff team in the 2023-2024 season. But then again, I could be wrong, and I could be biting my tongue here come January. As always, thank you very much for tuning in, and until next time, take care.